So if you are serving against a pusher, one of the big mistakes players make is they hit a serve that allows the pusher to retreat into an area of the court I refer to as the trench. So the trench is just an area of the court way behind the baseline that the pusher loves to play from, because back here they can moonball you to death and push you back into your trench. So let's just say the control bar is your trench. And from back here, as you know, it's like impossible to play offense, and they just moonball you to death. You make a ton of errors. So here's the serve strategy we want to use. And it starts by serving out wide. And it doesn't need to be like, you're not trying to ace the pusher, you're just trying to pull them off the court. So just, aim for a target somewhere over here, something you can make consistently. So the pusher is going to hit this return back cross court. And what you want to do is, I'm assuming your forehand is your better shot. If it goes towards your backhand, run around it and get a forehand. And then with your next shot, you want to hit it into the open court here. Now, the reason you're doing that, by first pulling the pusher off the court, you now give them more distance to cover. And so they have to run horizontally to get to this ball, and they're not going to be able to back up like this. So even if they get to this ball over here, you want them playing from a depth, and what you're doing is you're forcing them to play from a depth where they are not super comfortable. So you are moving the chess pieces around the board, so to speak, to put yourself in an advantageous position. And then after you hit this shot, you're going to treat it as an approach shot. You are going to come to net, because arguably the hardest shot in tennis is to hit a running backhand passing shot. And this is a great shot to force the pusher into, because guess what? They're pushers. They don't have awesome technique. Your technique is better than theirs. That's why they're frustrating to play and specifically lose to, because you're like, on paper, I'm better. So get them into the situation where they have to hit a running passing shot, and you want to force them to aim for this area of the court, because it is tough to get it over here. If they're able to do that and hit a winner, good for them. They're probably going to miss it wide, long, maybe in the net. Because you've approached on the diagonal, you've taken away the highest percentage cross-court passing shot. Probably the shot you're going to get if you've got them on the run, and because they don't have sweet technique, is some kind of lob. And because you've approached on the diagonal like this, this is an actual overhead. It's on the forehand side. It's not going to be a tough backhand overhead. So this is a great situation to be in, even if you don't have the sweetest overhead on the planet. You've got an overhead, you've got them over here, you can kind of just stick it over here, and you're probably going to win that point. But top level, you're playing the percentages here. You run this scenario over and over and over, you're going to win the majority of those points. And importantly, we're playing your game, or maybe another way to say it is we are preventing the pusher from playing their game, from playing trench warfare, which is where you do not want to be. So this strategy prevents the pusher from doing what they want to do. Now, if you do not follow this forehand to the net, if you just hit it and then you hang out back here, that is a mistake, because the pusher, as soon as they hit this backhand, they are going to retreat back into their trench. So you have allowed them to get into their comfort zone. That's CZ. I think you can see it. CZ up here. And so you don't fall to the net because you're like, well, the net is not my comfort zone. Okay. Well, I would think of it this way. You come to the net, and let's say you're playing a little bit outside of your comfort zone. The reason you're doing that is to force the pusher way out of their comfort zone. So you might be a little uncomfortable. You want to make them really uncomfortable. If you do that, you are going to win the tennis match. So that fundamentally, and the good thing about the pusher is, like, it's very obvious in a way that other opponents, it's not as obvious. It's very obvious where their comfort zone is. It's right here, and everywhere else is not their comfort zone. So it's just the advantage of playing the pusher is it's super clean what you need to do. The strategies revolve around preventing them from getting here, obviously preventing them from pushing you back into your trench. So maybe you're not the most comfortable with the net. you're still going to be more comfortable than they are when they're not in the trench. So I got another strategy I want to show you. It is called home base. This one is awesome. This is how you play smart, aggressive tennis. How do you hit winners and also avoid making mistakes? It is page 28 of the singles playbook. And if you click the link, I'll show you how to run this particular play. And then if you like what you see, you can pick up a copy of the singles playbook, because inside we show you how to beat the 7 most common types of opponents: the pusher, the counter puncher, the aggressive baseliner, the serve and volleyer, Dr. Feelgood, that's like a junk baller, the all-court player, and the southpaw, that is a lefty like me. So the singles playbook is super cool. There's 41 plays in this thing. Again, shows you how to beat all those types of opponents. So click the link, I'll take you inside, I'll show you home base, and then if you like what you see, you can pick up a copy.